Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for Altenew as they are releasing a new set of stamps, dies and stencils, and they're celebrating by having a block up and a giveaway. And I'm joining in with a few projects, and this one's probably one of my favorites. I'm going to use the Botanical stamp and die set as well as some other goodies from the store to create a layout. And as soon as I saw this stamp set, I had the idea what I wanted to create. And it's fall here in Toronto, and this picture that I'm going to show you is actually in August. I created this long time ago already. It's been ready for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create pattern paper using watercolor. I'm going to use the refills for the watercolor brushes to create the background, and I'm going to use crimson, warm sunshine, moss, paper bag, and I'm skipping one, but I can remember exactly the name right now. And my choices, I'm going to use mixed media paper. And mixed media paper is a nice happy medium between watercolor paper and cardstock, so it's gonna hold the mixed media, or in this case the watercolor, pretty nice. And all I'm gonna do is sprinkle some water on the paper, and then I'm gonna add my watercolor and just let it run in the area. I'm gonna fill the entire page with watercolor, and I chose colors that are in the fall leaves, so lots of greens, lots of yellows, orange, browns, maybe bringing a little bit of pink, just because I want the contrast in colors. So you're gonna see that it's gonna take me no time to build this background, because like I said, I'm just adding water onto the background, sprinkling some of the pigment, in this case the watercolor, and just kind of flooding the area. And I'm okay, I don't mind having the colors mixed together, because that's the beauty of a fall leaf. You can see you can find 20 different colors in one single leaf. So I want to create something similar. So you're gonna see that again I am just working in little sections, because when I stamp the leaf, I want to make sure that I pick up a few of the colors. And it's super simple mixed media. Again, if you don't have watercolor paper, the mixed media paper is this is a Strathmore actually paper. It's a good medium to add watercolor. And again, if you haven't checked the watercolor refills or the watercolor brushes refills, then you gotta check them out. These are such a versatile medium to work with, especially if you like coloring, if you like doing backgrounds, if you do layouts, which is what I love doing, backgrounds and layouts. And so again, check out the refills and check out the stamp set, because it's so versatile, not just to create layouts, but I think even if you're a card maker, it's gonna make the perfect background for your flowers and for a lot of things. So again, I'm going back to the layout right now. You're gonna see that I'm gonna fill the entire page with the watercolor. I am mixing different colors. Like I said, I have a little bit of warm sunshine, paper bag, moss, crimson, a little bit of rouge. I'm trying to remember all the names right now. And again, like I said, I'm bringing all those colors together. I don't mind having them mix a little bit where like at the areas where they join or where they touch, because it's just gonna bring all the colors of autumn into that single page. And once I have the entire page filled, I am gonna put it aside to dry, and I'm gonna work on the other page in the same fashion. So I'm just gonna go off camera and work on it, and then I'll be back once it's completely dry. So again, once it completely dries, you're gonna see how the colors remain vivid from the watercolor refills. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna bring the stamp set and the black obsidian ink from Altenew just to stamp some of the images. And I'm gonna stamp the dotted images, not the filled images. I want the dotted images just because I already have the background created. So I just want to add those little accents that are gonna make up the detail of the leaves. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna stamp a few of the leaf sets onto the page, and I'm okay if I stamp some of them off the page, because I want to have the way that I want to recreate this is as fall, like a little leaves from a branch falling onto my page. So I don't mind having little pieces of the stamp just showing. I'm going to trim a little bit of them anyways when I add them to my paper. So you're going to see that I'm going to stamp a few of them. I'm going to stamp, like I said, a few of them like outside of the paper too, so just little pieces of the stamp show up. And then I'm gonna take it off camera and use my die to cut the leaves that I stamped, but also I'm gonna use the die to cut pieces of the paper. I want some of the leaves to not have any of the dotted images. Think of it as having the details, like when you back a CAD file or when you have anything, to have the detail on the leaves, in this case all the dots. I want to make sure that I have something plain next to it so that the dots stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the die again to cut all the dotted leaves that I stamped, but then I'm going to also use the dies to cut all the places or the spaces in between the stamps, the stamped images, with pieces of the leaves. And again, I'm okay if I don't have an entire leaf cut out. I'm okay with having small pieces, because I'm actually going to use those small pieces to help me build the cluster. And like I said, my idea is to have, think of it as a branch of the bottom of the branch and having the leaves fall onto the floor. This is my idea, because the picture that you're going to see, it's me. This is the first leaf that I found on the ground in August. So I took a picture and then I'm going to document it. And you're gonna see how I'm gonna start building my cluster. I'm gonna go in a diagonal from the top left corner of my layout to, I'm gonna place the picture at the bottom right corner of my page. So you're gonna see how I'm starting with a big dotted leaf, and then I'm gonna add next to it the pieces of the paper that I cut with the die that have no stamping, and that's just gonna help me build the cluster and kind of make sure that it's not all dotted. It's just gonna create a nice contrast between the dot, like the detailed images, and think of it as shadows behind the leaves. So again, I'm gonna take my time building this cluster. Like I said, my idea is having the leaves falling onto the page, so I'm also gonna build a small cluster at the bottom right corner of the layout where it's gonna place my picture, and I'm just gonna add a few of them. I don't wanna make it really busy, because I wanna make sure that the picture stands out. So I'm gonna make the top left corner kind of heavy on the cluster and just add a few leaves on the bottom right corner. So you're gonna see that I take my time. I'm gonna make sure that I glue everything in place. I'm also gonna add a piece of foam adhesive to the tips of some of the leaves, just to make sure that there's a little bit of lift and there's movement on the leaves. Now the thing here is the album that I'm using is a ring album, so that means that I'm gonna have to divide the pages, and I already had cut them. So I make sure that when the leaf crosses the center line, I add plenty of glue behind it, or adhesive, so when I cut the pages back again, and they're being held right now with a piece of washi tape on the back, but when I cut them back again, the leaves don't come apart. So you're gonna see right now, I'm just building everything and placing my picture already. And then once I have that in place, I'm gonna go ahead and take my scissors and just cut through the center line and cut all the leaves that are kind of coming off the page. I'm gonna keep some of them in place, but I'm gonna cut most of them. So you see right now, I'm just making sure that I have all the leaves glued properly before I cut through the center line. And if I have any pieces of the leaves that kind of come apart, I'm gonna take my time to make sure that I glue it in place, so that when the pages are together, it reads as a complete branch. That's the best way to explain it. And then again, like I said, I'm just cutting the excess, especially of those leaves that they don't have a complete look. Remember how I said that I cut some of the leaves, just pieces of it? So I'm just gonna make sure that those ones are the ones that I trim. I don't mind keeping some of the other ones that have the entire leaf design. So now I'm gonna actually take advantage of the sentiments in this stamp set to add my title for this, and this one that says "Strive to find beauty in the everyday things," and I thought it was the perfect title for this layout. And then I'm gonna bring more of the sentiments that said "Hello, beautiful, you're precious," because I love fall, so I thought that was the perfect sentiment. But then I'm gonna bring also the one of the sentiments from the delicate tiles, because it says "Good things take time," and I thought it was perfect because I have to wait an entire year for fall to show up. So I thought it was perfect for the sentiment of this page, and that's gonna kind of build my I'm gonna say it's gonna take care of my right hand side of the layout. I don't think I need to add anything else. I added my lines of journal on the left hand side, at the bottom of the left hand side, and then all I'm doing right now is adding a few splatters of the antique gold ink from Altenew. I just want to bring some of the shine and that warm tones from the layout, and that's about it. Super simple. This took no time to put together, especially because all it took time to put was the background, but then once it dried, it went out really fast. And I love how this turned out. One of my favorite stamp sets of this release, and I think the ideal project for it. And I hope you try it. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to contact me. Jump onto my blog so you can see more projects that I created, and also have a chance to win a gift certificate to the shop. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Check out Altenew because this release is gorgeous. There's so much to pick from. So thank you so much and take care.